ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I take International Education Fair organized by SKUAST Kashmir. The Government of India, under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, has been taking a large number of measures to ensure doubling of farmers' income, to ensure boosting of agriculture production, and to ensure upgradation of agriculture education and research in the country. And most of these initiatives are futuristic, which seek infusion of capital, infusion of technology, skill development, and better management practices. In Jammu and Kashmir, we have been trying to follow the vision set forth by the Honorable Prime Minister using regionally differentiated strategies. In Jammu and Kashmir, there are several challenges being faced by the agriculture sector. Primarily, we find the situation of low average size of holdings of farmers. Almost 55% of our cultivable area is rainfed, and there is an absence of value chains in agriculture sector. But there are many opportunities, and the opportunities are that there has been lot of diversification from crop sector to horticulture sector and livestock sector, and we have a distinct comparative advantage in various crops. For instance, apple, walnut, almonds, cherries, saffron, lavender, trout, wool, bivoltine silk, and most of these crops are high value crops. For decades, we had been facing a situation in Jammu and Kashmir which can be called the vicious cycle of low growth. For example, there is low capital formation in agriculture, which leads to lower infusion of capital in the sector and lower infusion of modern technology and practices, inadequate skilling, suboptimal management practices, and the overall result is low total factor productivity, which again leads to low growth, and the cycle continues. So this is the vicious cycle of low growth. Now, Jammu and Kashmir government has taken several initiatives and several steps. An ambitious project called Holistic Agriculture Development Program has been sanctioned at a cost of rupees 50 billion, and it has actually 29 interventions. And these are all based on one of the four following strategies. The first, to strengthen the seed system, ensuring availability of high quality genetic material in the crop sector, in the horticulture sector, and in the livestock sector. The second strategy, harvesting comparative advantage that we have in certain crops and also focusing on high growth sectors. Third, we are facilitating aggregation, marketing, value chain development, and food processing. And fourth, we are securing livelihoods of our farmers by diversification, integrated farming systems, sustainable agriculture, and climate resilient agriculture practices. And the outcomes that we expect from the implementation of this ambitious project after 5 years are that we would have achieved a growth rate in agriculture sector of 11% at constant prices. We would have added 80% to our gross value added in agriculture sector at constant prices. We would have secured the livelihoods of 1.3 million households dependent on agriculture and allied sectors. We would have created 19,000 enterprises. We would have created 290,000 jobs, and we would have skilled 250,000 youth in agriculture and allied sectors, and we would have trained most of them as agricultural entrepreneurs. And in this entire exercise, we are also investing heavily in technology and research and development. We are investing almost rupees 10 billion in research and development in 5 years in the two universities that we have in Jammu and Kashmir. We are creating a number of centers of excellence. We are developing locally appropriate technologies for our niche sectors. Next, we are also focusing on skill development of youth through offline and online training programs, and the objective is to train 250,000 youth as agri-entrepreneurs. And the result that we expect is that we would have broken this vicious loop of low growth. We would have infused capital, we are investing in technology, we are focusing on skill development, we are promoting better management practices, we are promoting value chain development, which will all lead to higher total returns, higher total factor productivity and high growth. And high growth will lead to more capital formation, and this we would have converted this vicious cycle of low growth to a virtuous cycle of shared prosperity. And in this entire task, the two agricultural universities of Jammu and Kashmir are key stakeholders. They were deeply involved in conceiving the proposals, in formulating the projects, and they will also be involved in implementing these projects. As I have already said, that we are focusing a lot on the research and development and agriculture education and skilling. In line with this vision, we are upgrading both our universities at Jammu and Srinagar. And as a first step, the Kashmir Agriculture University is now inviting students from foreign countries to study and to do research in Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir offers many advantages to the students. The first is diverse agroclimatic zones. We have subtropical climatic zones, we have temperate agroclimatic zones, and we have certain areas which are called arid deserts. And Kashmir in particular offers many agroecological advantages. It offers immense scope for research in temperate crops, and some of them are niche crops in many parts of the world. And secondly, the students which will come to Kashmir will get an opportunity to work on a transformative agriculture project which I just talked about. And for your kind information, the education model developed by the Kashmir Agriculture University is one of the best in the country. It is being treated as a model education policy being followed by this university. And now we are here, we are looking forward to your cooperation in achieving transformation of agriculture and agricultural education in Jammu and Kashmir. I would just like to tell you an incident that a professor was teaching in a university and the subject was cooperation. So he counted and he found that there were 50 students in the class. So he got 50 balloons and he wrote the name of one student on one balloon, second student on second balloon, and over some 10 minutes, he wrote the names of 50 students on 50 balloons. He kept those balloons in a different room and asked the student to get the balloon which contains his name in the next 5 minutes. The task was that everybody should go to the second room, get the balloon of his name, come back to his seat in 5 minutes. The students went, they pushed each other, they competed with each other, they struggled, they sweated, and at the end of 5 minutes, none of them was able to find the balloon which was having his name. Then they got tired, but the professor told them, okay, now we'll revise the task. Now you go to that second room, you pick up a balloon, and you give it to the student whose name is written on it. And in 5 minutes, each of the 50 students was in his seats and carrying the balloon which was having his own name. That is the potential and spirit of cooperation, and that's why we are here seeking your cooperation to achieve transformation in agriculture and allied sectors in Jammu and Kashmir, so that we can ensure peace, progress and prosperity in Jammu and Kashmir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for an inspiring address. SKUAST Kashmir, led by a charismatic, empathetic and progressive Vice-Chancellor, is a pathbreaker in education, research, outreach and innovation. To present an overview of the university and to share his vast vision with you, may I now invite Professor